Okay, hey guys, if you know what you're doing, download link for my Steve mod is in the description. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick right now. My voice might be a little bad, but I'm going to be showing you how to install Steve on Dolphin Emulator or a Homebrew or Hackless Wii. So I'm going to start with Dolphin. You're going to need a virtual SD card maker. I have one right here, and something to open it. I use Undisk, so it's right there. So what you want to do first is you're going to open it, and you're going to open up your operating system, or well, whichever one you have, then you're going to open up this, or whatever SD card maker you're using. Oh, right, it's the bat. I forgot. Okay. And if you're just doing Steve, I say maybe, I think 64, so just like press 1, and for mine, it'll tell me, okay, and then hit yes. Now created, okay. So now I have my SD card, or my SD.RAW right here. So, you're also going to need a boot.elf of Gecko version 1931. You can also just do a quick Google search and grab yourself that, probably from Weebrew or something. So I'm opening up my virtual SD card opener. So I'm gonna mount it. So you're gonna go to your desktop, and you're gonna find your SD.RAW. So mine's right here. So open, and then you're gonna press OK, and it is now mounted. So you're gonna open up Steve, and then you're gonna open up Dolphin or Homebrew Wii, and you're gonna take apps codes private, and you're just gonna copy it over to here. And then once you've done that, you can close this. Now you're gonna want to go back into iMdisk, mount image file, or yeah, iMdisk. You're actually going to want to change the drive letter back to the drive letter that your virtual SD is on, and you're gonna select it again, and then you're gonna press the unmount button here at the top, and that'll unmount. So now here's your SD card. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna go to Dolphin. Hold on. Dolphin. You're gonna go to your Dolphin Emulator folder. Here's the directory for it. This PC logo. It might be a little bit different for you, but then you're gonna go to Wii, and in here is where you're gonna place your SD-RAW. So you're gonna take it, and you're just gonna drag it, and it'll tell you, do you want to replace it? And you can say yes, you want it to replace. So there it is. It's in there now. So this is for Dolphin if you're using like a Brawl ISO or whatever. So instead of opening and launching your ISO, you're actually going to open your Gecko boot.elf that you found. Just going to open that up, let it load. And then you'll have to configure it to these settings that it's about to display. Okay, so actually I'm just going to use my keyboard. I would use my controller, but it's just a quick demonstration, so unless it's not even okay. So you're going to want to go to stupid Discord overlay. You're going to go to config options, and you're going to make sure right here that your Gecko hook type is AX next frame. You're going to do that, and then press save config, and then you can press back to return to the menu, and then you can do that, and it'll launch the game, and you will be playing with the Steve mod. And just let it go by. So this is how you play Steve if you're using Dolphin Emulator. Just boot it up real quick, and you can see right here. There he is. There's Steve. And then there's like his moveset and everything. I'm not going to spoil too much of it. I want you to kind of figure it out yourself. So now I'm going to move on to a homebrewed Wii. Okay, so now we will be moving on to how to do this on a Wii with Homebrew on it. So you're going to need a 2 gigabyte SD card, and make sure it doesn't say HC or XC underneath the SD, and make sure it's 2 gigabytes. This is a Transcend 2 gigabyte SD card. And seeing as I don't have a laptop, I'm going to be using an SD adapter that I've had for some time now. So I'll pop this out and put your SD card in it. And now plug it into your computer. So now you're gonna go to it. If it doesn't automatically open, just go to this PC and it'll open up here, and you can see the USB drive right here. I was already doing it in here, so that's why this is here. So I'm just gonna get rid of this. Also, another thing to note, make sure that your USB, or no, not your USB drive, this is what it's called. Make sure your SD card is formatted to FAT32, and once it deletes, almost, okay. So to check your format, you're gonna go back to this PC, and you can right click and you can click Properties right here. And then you can see the format, the file system right here. It's supposed to be FAT32. If it's not, you can right click on it again, but this time press this format button right here. And then make sure the file system here is FAT32. Make sure this is quit format, and then just press start, wait for that to finish. It does erase everything, so if you have important stuff on there and you don't want to lose it, then make a backup. So yeah, once you have your USB drive, now you're gonna open up My Steve Pack. You're gonna go to Dolphin or Homebrew Wii again, and you're gonna drag apps codes private again to your SD card, and just wait for that to copy. And once it's done copying, you can eject it. And now you can pull it out. And let's head over to the Wii. Okay, so get to your Wii. You're going to put your SD card in. And I'm just going to cut to when my Wii is on the Wii menu. Okay, it's on the main menu now. So turn on your Wii remote, whatever. And here I'm actually just going to unplug my controller here and just have my Wii remote. Okay. So, come on, Wii remote. What's going on? Okay, hold on. Okay, well, my Wii remote is being stupid, so I'm using my classic controller. Let me just come up here. So, I'm going to open up the Homebrew channel. It's hard to do because I'm holding this with one hand and my phone the other. But, I don't know. Okay, so once this is open, there's two different things here. You can see there's USB Loader GX and there's Gecko. If you are using a USB backup, like I am, then you're going to use USB Loader GX. And if you're using disk, you're going to go to Gecko. And in Gecko, you're going to do the same thing that you would do in Dolphin, that I showed you earlier in Dolphin. So it's the same thing. Set it to AX next frame, save it, launch it, and you'll be good. Now, if you're using a USB backup like I am, then launch USB Loader GX. And it'll do its thing. And it'll take you to a menu here in a moment. So, you'll see this if you're using a backup, and you're just gonna press A right there to go to Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Now you click on settings right here. Hold on, let me readjust myself. Okay. So then you're gonna click on settings right here. You're gonna click on game load and use the D-pad to scroll down. And Ocarina right here, you're gonna make sure this is on. So make sure that's on, and then go to hook type right here and set this to AX next frame. So it says AX next frame. Now press save. Oops, I don't think it saved. Oops. Did it save? Okay, it did, but I'm just going to press it again anyways. It'll say it saved. So now you can press back a couple of times. And you will be good. And it will launch Smash Bros. Brawl. And you'll be using the Steve mod here on your Wii. Let me just go through it and show you proof that it is there. Okay, and here it is, Steve. And I'll show you, he's here in the game. Here he is. Okay, that's how you install it on a Homebrew Wii. So now I'm going to show you how to install it on a Wii that you are doing it with Hackless. Okay, so now we are going to do Hackless. For some reason it crashes for me, but I'm using a USB backup and it wasn't made to be used for disk, but so Hackless, here's everything I've copied in, and I copied this from the Steve Hackless Wii, and you take this stuff. Actually, this won't be here. You don't need this. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that. That was just extra stuff. But yeah, anyways, I just copied this and you copy it to your USB drive, and then close that, unmount it, and back to the Wii. Also, while I'm doing all of this, disclaimer: you do not need the Hackless version if you don't need the Hackless version if you already have the Homebrew channel. I'm just launching it to show you what you do once you get into Smash Bros. Brawl. So just pretend I'm launching it like it's a disc from the main menu. Okay, so just pretend that it's like I'm on the main menu. Let me just make sure my cheats aren't on right now. Ocarina and the hook type. Okay, I'm good. So you would launch up Brawl like normal, like you would from the Wii main menu with your disc. You don't need Hackless if you are using a USB backup, because the only way to play USB backups is with Homebrew, and if you have Homebrew, then you don't need Hackless. There is a catch to Hackless, though. If you do it, you have to delete all stages from your Wii. From your Wii, you cannot have any custom stages at all. So that's just another disclaimer there. Now I'm just waiting for this to load. Okay, so you get into Brawl like normal, and then you would just go to Vault down here, the green one. You go to Vault, and then you click right here on Stage Builder. You click on Stage Builder, it'll launch it, and then it'll do this, it'll display a bunch of code and stuff, and then once it displays all that code, it'll open up Gecko, and you'll do the same thing, just configure it, put the hook type as X, next frame, save, and launch. And there you go, you will be playing as Steve with no Homebrew. So, that is how you do it. Now I will be showing you two level 9 CPUs fighting each other so you can get a feel of what Steve looks like fighting. And so, without further ado, I present you Minecraft Steve. So, you can see his portrait right here, his name hovering over him. You can see there is his character select portrait along with his name right there, Steve. He has alternate costumes. There's Steve, Zombie Pigman, Zombie Creeper, Enderman, and Herobrine. Those are the skins. And so now I'm going to start a battle. And here you all go. I present Minecraft Steve. And there you have it, guys. My Steve moveset. I hope you enjoy, and see you next time.